Welcome back to Minor League Esports, brought to you by APM Music. We have now made it to the final series of the night, the final series of the season. My name is Dextron. I am joined by Fresh McFarland. Man, how are you doing here tonight?
Oh, I am ready. I have been looking forward to casting this series all day. We saved the best for last, quite literally, because we are at the top of Minor League Esports' play range, the top of our skill field. This is Premier League. This is the best of the best, playing the best game mode, threes.
Yeah, like you said, best of the best, and the two teams in it are the best of the best. Like we said, like the caster said in that last game, one seeds going up against each other. Technically, it is the number 1 Hive versus the number 3 Rhinos, but those are two of the top teams in the Premier League here, and it's going to be a very, very exciting series.
Yeah, we looking at kind of the stats. The Rhinos are looking more like a well-rounded team. In all of their stat lines, the leaders on the team, they're different for every statistic. Pandy leads in goals, Red leads in assist, Electro's best in shot percentage, and then Pandy with MVPR. But they're just kind of all around. Now, another little fun tidbit here. Pandy on the Rhinos has achieved 6 grand finals appearances in 6 seasons. Red has had 0 in 6 seasons. So in the off chance that Pandy actually gets this, he'll have 6 for 6, and Red will have 1 for 6. That is just how that's just how it plays out. The Rhinos are going to get us off here in the corner. Red here loses it to Nate. Nate gets a double touch off the backboard. Pandy takes a missed flip. Electro knocks it out to the midfield. Talo chasing this down into the corner. Takes a control up the wall, but the Rhinos take that away from him, and Red just put it into the corner. Not quite sure what he was going for there, but they're looking like to start off with some early pressure.
Yeah, Red, last person back, gets the save on that shot clearance there from Alex as they now try to carry it upfield with a long clearance downfield. Nate goes up for it, misses on the touch there. We do see Pandy play it towards go, but Talio able to get away, and now the Hive trying to get something going. Talio gonna play it also downfield, but a nice ball there to get it away there for the Rhinos there, as Red now clears it out of their side.
Alchix here loses it, the Red on the wall. Talo gets a backboard read. Nate's down on the ground, gets bumped by his teammate or the Rhinos. I'm not sure which one. And here come the Rhinos back. Red's going to try and get a 50 over front of the net. But here comes Electro, gets bumped by another player. Can't get a touch on it as the Rhinos are struggling to maintain defensive pressure. Just trying to get something going. But the Hive, it's a game one. It's a feeler game. But they're very, very back and forth already. They're already taking lots of solid offensive chances and getting very physical very early on.
Yeah, each team has been able to put up a shot. 3 already for the Hive there off that last shot there from Algix, with Panic saves it again. But now the Hive continue to attack here. Panic trying to get away from the goal. Nate with a shot just a little bit wide, though, as Electro's able to finally clear it out here. Algix actually missed it. Electro's trying to get past Nate there, but Nate with the save and the clearance here by Talio. Algix is up, going to play it towards goal, play a little bit high. No need for concern there from the Rhinos. However, the Hive continue to attack. Pandy going to try to finally get out of their zone here. Does pitch it into the Hive end for Talio, able to play it back into the Rhino side.
Rhinos trying to get some defensive clears here, trying to find some form of possession. The Hive there going to start us off early with the scoring. In 2 minutes into game one, we have the first goal of the series scored by none other than Nate. And I want to just say, Dex, I'm seeing a lot of those titanium white tags.
Yeah, SSLs. You have to be. I'm sorry. I did not know what that meant. SSLs, not a surprise here in the Premier League, highest league here, but Electro's already coming back. We see Taylor there with the miss, and Red able to tie this game right back up just after the Hive were able to take the lead there.
What's in Red's wallet? Capitalize. He took that chance that the Hive gave him on the missed backboard read and tied up the game, and they're still in it. We're back to an even scoreline.
Yeah, still just a little under 3 minutes to go here. 2 quick goals that came out to just kind of show the offenses are present in this game, but that last goal from the Rhinos was a little bit more of a misplay there on the Hive's defense. The Rhinos already have the ball back in the Hives, and Red picks up a demo there, their first one of this series. Taylor tries to get out, but it gets 50-50 in here by the Rhinos. Another 50-50 comes out, but that time the Hive do win, and Nate has a breakaway coming here, and they will be able to capitalize on it.
It just one man beat, second man got 50'd, and third man was way late to the rotation. Just couldn't, nobody back, nobody home. And the Hive end up, they take one away for that. They punish. And that's what I'm seeing the most about Hive. Even in the early parts of the first game, is that the Hive are punishing the Rhinos for every little mistake they make, every mistouch, every double commit. They've been able to take possession. Oh my goodness. My comment doesn't matter. Taylor's going to put one in.
Yeah, all the way off this clearance here from Red. Picks it up in their own side and just throws it downfield. You see two members of the Rhinos there just not able to get to that ball fast enough. Looks like that one Hive player there that went up for that fake really did fake him out there. Now the Hive have a 2-goal lead just under halfway here, already gone in game one.
Red up in the midfield for a challenge. Nate takes possession, decides to bang it to the corner. Electro's looking for a read off the wall. He gets it. Red gets a touch to the mid, but Electro's not got any boost. And the Hive punished that very quickly by taking possession off the backboard. Aljix is up for a shot. Taylor takes a second shot. And the Hive just relentlessly putting pressure. That's 3 shots in 4 seconds. But the Rhinos back the other way. Lose possession in the midfield. Aljix in the wall. Looking for a touch out mid. Goes for a pinch. Gets a weak one, but the Rhinos bang it to the wall again. Electro knocks it to the midfield for Pandy. Pandy misses the touch. Not a whole lot going on in the way of the Rhinos offense aside from them capitalizing on the one mistake that the Hive made.
Yeah, they have to get something going here on the offensive side, but look at this. As we talk about the Rhinos need to get something going on offense, it is instead the Hive as Aljix picks up their first goal of this game and now extend the Hive's lead to 3 with 1:41 left to go.
It is game 1, and all of the Hive players have scored. But Red, who has no no championships to his name, has the only goal for the Rhinos. It kind of makes you wonder, who wants it the most? Apparently Red.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be Red. Pandy here with a nice assist off this one is able to actually get a favorable bounce off of Aljix there. And Red able to get it past Taylor there to bring this game back to a 2-goal game with a little bit over 90 seconds left to go.
It is definitely still recoverable for the Rhinos, but you got to shake off those game 1 nerves. Red looking to take it serious. He gets a 50 to the corner, and Electro goes back to defend. Andy going to bang it up to Red off the corner, and a huge hit there. Puts it way wide and high over the net. Another hit off the backboard. Aljix gets a read, and I'm having trouble following this because this is so far above my level of play. But here comes Nate. Gets a flick over Pandy, and the Hive have it in the mid-third now. Electro goes for a challenge and wins, and the Rhinos are back down the other way.
Pandy fakes Taylor out there, but it does go across field. Red gets center this one here. Aljix, though, with an easy save coming out. 60 seconds left to go in game 1. The Rhinos need to get something going if they want to try to stay in this one. But a nice clearance there by the Hive will kill some more clock. Red now plays it back into the Hive side where Nate picks it up. Tries to clear it up, but Electros will keep it in. They have some boost. Gonna try to do something here. A bump coming up, and Electros just can't do enough to get a shot on goal. Shot now coming out from Red. Yeah. Taylor with the clear downfield. It's on goal, but Pandy able to get away from the net.
Pandy here has a nice touch out to the mid for Electro. They're going to try and take it. He gets possession of it. Taylor jumped for this yesterday. Gets a touch off the backboard, and the Hive regain possession, and they send it all the way back down to the Rhinos' end. Pandy forced to make an awkward save, so he carries it down to the wall. But again, the Rhinos stuck in a position where they've got possession, but they haven't got boost. And let me tell you, Dex, you got to have both if you want to make plays.
Yeah, 10 seconds left to go. That countdown has started here in game 1 as the seconds tick down lower and lower. The Rhinos' fate is about to be sealed here in game 1, but it's only game 1. They're trying to add a 3rd goal, but Electro shot gets denied there by Aljix, and the Hive will take this first game 4-2.
The Hive showing their absolute dominance. They showed up to this field and said, we're going to demonstrate why we're the #1 seed, right? You're going to demonstrate everything that we've done up to this season and just absolutely roll the Rhinos in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the stats here, 12 shots for the Hive in game 1. An incredible amount of shots coming out from them, almost double the amount that the Rhinos had in that game. They only had 7, but it seemed like the Hive were just able to have a little bit more offensive pressure that entire game. Even though the Rhinos themselves did have 7 saves, when you get outshot by as many, or when you allow a team to shoot that many shots on goal, you're going to really struggle in the game overall.
Yeah, you can't win games without defense. Let me put it that way. A start to a good offense is a good defense because you need to be able to regain possession and stop the other team from scoring. You can have the most goated offense you want and be able to put the ball wherever you want on net and score as many goals. But if you can't keep it out of your own, you're going to make a molehill, a mountain for you to climb. And right now, the Rhinos, they have got to work on their boost pathing. I know I'm telling SSLs what to do as a champ 1 and that I don't know any better. But every time the Rhinos get possession in the midfield or in the offensive third, they are short on boost.
Trust me, you telling them that is a lot better than me telling them that. But here we go into game 2. The Rhinos looking to get a little bit back after that first game there. They do have the ball on the Hive side of the field. Start up, and Nate will clear it back down into the Rhino side. Gets a double touch there, leaving it off the back wall for Talo. But we see Pandy clear it out to Electros. Now it's a breakaway 2-on-1. Electros leaves it there, gets the shot, and Red able to bury it in the back of the net.
Red has said it's high time that he's won a grand final because he is here now. And he has scored all of the goals for the Rhinos here. And he's starting off the scoring early on in game 2. He is not letting that loss get to him very easily.
Yeah, Red winning that kickoff there. It would have gone in goal there if it was on goal. However, just a little bit to the side. Taylor gets it past one member of the Rhinos, but Electros will keep it on the Hive side before Nate clears it out. But Red gonna pick it up just as it crosses over the halfway point to try to get something going for the Rhinos on the offensive side.
Electros bangs it down in, clear off the backboard. Algix gets a read off the ceiling, but Pandy's there to receive. Gets it off the backboard, goes for a double, goes for a triple maybe. No, Taylor says not in my house and bangs that away. And the Hive rushing back. Pandy can't get to it. What a save there by Nate to keep it out and to keep the scoreline 1-0 to the Rhinos.
Electros, though, keeping this ball on the Hive side. It's going to be played to the corner there by one of the members of the Rhinos. Pandy goes up for it, gets a touch off that side while Algix plays it across there to Nate. Nate can clear it out, but Electros, again, will keep it in this Hive side. Red to Electros, but it gets denied there by Taylor, and now they're trying to get something going, but Pandy now keeping it on the Hive side. The Rhinos have done a great job so far this game, just keeping the ball on the Hive side of the field at the moment. Hell, it's been almost a minute and a half, and this is really the first real push we've seen of the Hive get the ball into the Rhino side.
Pandy here gets a touch up way high into the midfield for his teammate. Red's going to look for a dunk off the backboard, but Taylor bangs it back out to the mid where Electro's already there. Red and Nate rushing to the corner, trying to gain possession. Pandy's going to take a weak shot towards Algix, but Algix knocks it all the way back down. Electros can't quite get to it. Nate knocks it off the backboard. Red gets a dunk and a save. Pandy takes possession, rushes past his teammate, misses the touch on the wall, but Electro is there to receive, but the Rhinos, again, unable to capitalize on that offensive pressure.
Nate passes up there to Taylor, but it gets denied there by Red. Algix now going to play it off that back wall. Nate had an opportunity, but just whiffed on the shot. Electros leads that one perfectly, and Pandy is up there, but gets denied by Algix at that goal line. Under 3 minutes left to go now. Algix carrying it upfield, not able to get the flick there over Red, but Taylor will be able to read it off that sidewall. Goes for a shot, but Pandy on the back line gets a save.
The Rhinos here are really, again, they're struggling to generate offensive opportunities. And that double commit's looking really risky. But here comes Electros bouncing it off the backboard. Red is looking for a second touch. He knows Algix has got it. And what a beautiful read there, and the patience displayed by Red to kind of just patiently wait so they didn't overcommit and get beat.
Electros has to make that save, and they do off that shot from Algix. Taylor, though, tries to shoot there off the wall, plays it a little bit high, but the Hive starting to get something going here on the offensive side. Have gotten 3 shots now after not getting a couple shots there for the first couple minutes of the game. Only 2 minutes to go, though, but only a 1-goal game so far, so it's still very much in the Hive's favor at the moment, but the Rhinos still do lead.
Here come the Rhinos looking for another offensive opportunity. You're trying to generate one, at least a good one that they can make something happen of, and it's immediately swiped away by Taylor. Red gets taken out in the middle of the field. Electro left back, last man. Pandy's kind of cherry picking up there in the offensive third. Looking for a bump maybe? Nope, gets 50'd off into the Hive corner, and they're just unable again to generate any kind of offense.
But the Rhinos do keep it in this Hive side now for the moment. Algix going to try to get out. Red going up for it to just play it down to the ground. Tries to get to Electros, but a little bit of a mistouch there. Taylor goes up for it, and Pandy go up for it as well. Both kind of whiff on the ball as it gets played to that opposite wall. Electros now trying to do something here. Maybe go for a wall pinch. Not able to get it. Nate with the shot. Pandy able to get enough on. Algix gets the redirect, but just off that post. Not going in just yet, but the Hive continue to attack here. It's going across goal. Pandy, though, able to get it away.
The Rhinos here getting ready to try on offense again. Electros goes for the midfield challenge. Doesn't get it. Algix has it on his car. Gets a 45 off the backboard. Hive can't capitalize. Taylor comes in, hammers that home, ties up the game. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a series.
Yeah, if one shot doesn't get it, you try again. If 2 shots doesn't get it, you try again. And Taylor, right place, right time to get that second rebound there to put it in the back of the net for the Hive. And like you said, 53 seconds left to go in this one, and now it is a tied game yet again.
The Hive still out shooting the Rhinos by almost double. It is not looking good for them. The Rhinos need to find better ways to generate offense, and they need to find what makes the Hive defense tick. They need to find those open gaps in the chinks in the armor, if you will, to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Red here gets cleared out. Electros is there. Electros gets a shot. Crossbar down, but not in. Now it's a time for the Hive to get an attack going here. However, we do see Pandy keep it in here for the attack for the Rhinos. We do see the Hive try to get out 50-50, though. It's still in their side. Nate trying to get it out. 15 seconds left to go. Electros with a shot. Red trying to get a redirect there. Taylor with the save. 10 seconds. The countdown has started. The Hive trying to get something going here.
Algix trying to get a touch in the midfield. The Hive 50 it out into the Rhinos corner. Red is going to take it up the wall, goes for a pinch, doesn't get it. Taylor knocks it mid, puts that down, forces an overtime, although he probably wanted that one back, that's for sure. But it's going to go, it got out of the way. If the Rhinos can score, they can tie up the series and keep their hopes alive. But if the Hive score, the Rhinos are in a little bit of hot water.
Yeah, and we see this, the Hive trying to get a double touch there.
My goodness.
Algix gets it and ends this game 13 seconds into overtime.
He really came up there and said, hey, Ma, look, no hands, and just absolutely dunked the Rhinos defender there on the backboard. Wow. Took him 13 seconds into overtime to score. The Rhinos looking like an endangered species out here.
Yeah, I mean, best of 7 series going down 2 games is not the worst thing to happen, but the Rhinos really looked like the dominant team through the first half of this game. But in that second half, the Hive came alive, and it just seemed like the Rhinos could never really get anything going after that.
No, they are really, really struggling. And I'm looking at the point spread here. Algix seems to be the heavy hitter. He's taking the majority of the offensive shots. He seems to be the playmaker, the more creative type. Talos, the good midfield player, having goals and saves, rounding out both the offensive and defensive side. And then Nate is just kind of along for the ride at this point. He's still participating and doing a great job, but he's more of like that dedicated third kind of player. Right now, Pandy is out of sync with the rest of his team. You see a good point spread between Red and Electro, but Pandy not really getting in those touches, maybe a little nervous, maybe a little awkward, really struggling to find himself in those rotations and be part of the offensive play. And I think once the Rhinos figure out how to mesh together and generate those offensive chances, that's going to be a whole different team that we see on the field.
Yeah, and you know, I've casted, I believe, almost every Rhinos game this postseason, and Pandy has always been one of the players that has always been just putting up stats, whether it be goals, demos, assists, saves. They had 4 saves in that first game, but you know, they really struggled in that second game. Like you said, kind of lagging behind everyone else on their team. When Pandy is scoring, the Rhinos are a much better team and a much scarier team.
Yeah, Rhinos here losing possession early on. Algix is up, gets it off the backboard. Rhinos can't get back to it, looking to try and get it clear. Gets an awkward touch there. Electro awkward with it again. The Hive, nice back pass by Nate to Algix as Algix looking to set up something for his teammate. Rhinos can't quite get there. It's open in front of the net. Racing back to it with no boost. Manages to get a 50. And they're still on defense and unable to relieve that pressure that the Hive are putting on.
Algix picks up a demo there, their first one of this series. Will it lead to a goal? There you have a wide open net, but Electros is able to clear it out. Red is already upfield, is able to flick that over one. Algix there, barred down, and Red able to continue scoring here for the Rhinos. All 4 goals this series have been credited to Red.
Red wants it so badly. He is here. He is ready to do this. He has been here so many times before. He is a well-seasoned PL player. He is fighting tooth and nail to keep his team in this.
Electro's now carrying it upfield. Gets denied there by Taylor with a nice save. Pandy to keep it in. Tries to center. Nate now clearing it out there. Tries to get to Taylor, but again, a nice play there. But I believe that was Red to keep it in the Hive side there for the moment. Now it's back in the Rhino side. Nate gonna try to play this slowly over Electros, but Red is there, and they have an outlet there to Electros. Electros with the shot. Algix with a nice save.
Oh, the Hive keeping their dreams alive, but they're going to capitalize right back here as the Rhinos can't words are hard. The Rhinos can't get back to that one. The Hive capitalize on that. Well, again, we're back to an even score line, but the question is, are the Rhinos going to be able to generate that kind of offense again, or are the Hive going to take game 3?
I mean, the Rhinos, they need to get something going. They need to have someone other than someone named Red to get something going on the offensive side of the field. Because I'm looking at the Hive stats I've written down so far. Every one of the Hive members has at least scored 2 goals. Taylor's the only other one to score 3. But now we start getting someone else for the Rhinos to score. And look who it is. It's Pandy.
Pandy's shaking off the rust a little bit now. Finally working through the nerves. Finally starting to settle in and get comfortable. Puts in a second goal for the Rhinos. They're now back in the lead. Now they need to maintain it. Now they can switch to their defensive style.
Yeah, but you can have a strong defense. You don't want to necessarily give up completely on your offense here. And look at this. Pandy's going to keep it on this Hive side. Nate's going to play it out to the sidewall as Pandy picks up a demo. A shot coming out here from Electro's a little high. Pandy tries to get the rebound there, but not able to get as a nice touch came out there from, I believe that was Halo, but now Nate carries it upfield. The Hive now attacking.
The Hive putting an unbelievable amount of pressure on the Rhinos. The distance between touches. You know what? My point again doesn't matter. Nate's going to put another one in and tie us up in another even game.
Yeah, and this is just a great play by Algix here. Is able to pinch against the wall there, gets a nice favorable bounce, and Nate able to get that touch just to get it past Red. A little over 3 minutes left to go here in game 3, and we're all tied up.
Near the Hive. Oh, they're going to get a kickoff goal. Maybe not. Pandy with a huge save there to keep the Rhinos in this. But the Hive already on the offense, already ready for this. The Hive have dominated this season. But Pandy says, I don't care. I'm going to put another one in.
What a clearance here by Red, and what a favorable bounce. Water falls down right in front of Pandy's bumper, and Pandy able to put in their second goal of this game and give the Rhinos a lead with just under 3 minutes left to go.
Red here has a touch in the midfield, going up for it, looking for a second, goes for the reset, doesn't get it. Oh, and Electro is too close to make a play. Elects to put it into the corner. Here he goes, looking for a 50 off the backboard. Double. Oh my goodness, someone clip it.
Someone clip it, and what a way to get your first goal of this series here from Electro. The double touch and sneaking it past Nate now extends the Rhinos' lead to 2 with just under 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go.
It kind of reminds me of this meme the Rhinos do, where someone in all chat asks how to play the game, and then they scored 5 goals, and they say, well, never mind, I figured it out. The Rhinos have definitely figured out what's going on now. They got kind of flashbanged by the offensive pressure that the Hive were putting on, but now they've started to settle in. Now they're starting to play a lot more cohesive and just all around a better team.
Yeah, but one thing that has been pretty consistent throughout these first 2 games is that once it gets over that 2.5 minute mark, the Hive come alive on the offensive side. And right now, we have to see that coming from them. Only 3 shots to that first half. The Rhinos keeping up some pressure, which is great for them. You want to try to see them extend their lead as much as they possibly can here. But the Hive need to get something going. Like I said, only 3 shots. As a shot comes out from Electros, there was a member of the Hive just sitting there on the goal line and just didn't react at all.
No boost, no reaction, no save. Algix knew he was beat. No way that he gets to that, unfortunately. You hate to see it, but it looks it looks more and more like the Rhinos are getting here into taking game 3 and stopping the progression of the series win from the Hive. But that doesn't mean that the Hive can't start to sting a little bit here in the last 2 minutes of the match. But it's not looking likely, as they're just now getting to relieve that offensive pressure that the Rhinos are putting on.
Only for a moment, though. Red's going to try to get out. Nate will keep it on the Rhino side here. Pandy, they'll get clear it out with a nice high banger shot or pass there up to Electros, who does whip on that wall touch. Taylor going to try to get out. 50-50 there, goes to that back wall. Now Nate going to try to clear it up there to Algix. Algix whiffs on the touch, and Electros going to try to corral this one in the corner.
Here comes the Hive, looking for something in the midfield. Can't get it there. The Rhinos banging all the way back down. It's 3v1 as the Hive are slow to rotate. But now they've got the plays. They've got the passing. Taylor can't beat the last defender, but Nate can. And he tries to get something on net. And oh my goodness, what a save from the Rhinos to keep that scoreline margin extended. Wow, I need a moment to process that.
55 seconds left to go here. The Hive still attacking as they need to, down 3. You know, it's not impossible for them to come back as Algix picks up their second demo of this series and of this game. The Hive trying to get something going here, have an opportunity. It's centered in front of the goal, but Red, actually no, it's Panda getting the save there as a pinch comes out from them, clears it all the way downfield. About a half a minute left to go now. The Hive need to get something going if they want to try to get back in this game.
And they're not going to get anything going doing that. A double commit and both whiff on the clear there. Talo here looking for control. Doesn't get it past Red. Nate gets it up off the ceiling in the mid-third. Algix wins a 50, but he loses it back to his own corner. Electro's looking for some offense there, but Nate takes it away. 10 seconds left. The Hive are looking like they're going to drop game 3. Algix has no boost, and he's desperately trying to hold on to it. Taylor's going to bang it off the corner. The Rhinos put it down, and they secure a victory in the series.
What a response there for the Rhinos after those first 2 games, really struggling to get anything going offensively. Then a 5-goal explosion here in game 3.
That is a huge turnaround. And look, Fresh's prediction was right. You heard it here first. I said once they started to figure out that cohesion, that even point spread and even amount of touches, and not relying on just Red to get the scoring going, they will be a completely different team. And look at this, a 5-2 win over the Hive in game 3. Look at that point spread. They're all within 25 points of each other. It's an absolutely beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Red being basically the only person to score for them this game. 1 goal, but they assisted on 3 of the other 4 goals this game. They were all over the place, just helping their team out this game. 6 shots coming out from Electros, though. This offensive pressure was the first time we really saw the Rhinos be that more offense-dominant team this entire series.
It is. They were very, very dominant in that game. They started off a little rough. And I think part of that lead actually really came from once the Hive went down by 1, they started to kind of crumble a little bit. And then once they went down by 2, they started to fall off more. And then once they were down by 3, they were like, you know what? Let's just set the controller down, take a deep breath, and go back into game 4 with a fresh mindset, knowing that we're a higher seed. We beat them in 2 games pretty handily. We should be okay to finish out this series. And the Hive, they're going to get us started off with the offense.
Yeah, they win the kickoff here. Actually, I believe it. Yeah, no, it's in the Hive side of the Rhino side of the field. Now, shot comes out there from Nate off the side of the crossbar there, but it's still in the attacking phase for them right now. The Rhinos trying to clear it out. Taylor will keep it in, though. They're going to try to get past Red. Red, with help from Panda, they will be able to clear it out of their zone. Actually, no, it does stay in the Rhino zone here for a moment.
Here come the Rhinos back the other way. Pandy trying to get a touch off the wall, can't get it. Electro's going to flick it back into his own corner. He gets beat by another Hive player. No, he takes the ball from a very patient Hive player, takes it back down into the Hive end, doesn't get the read on the challenge. Algix knocks it high, looking for a second touch, trying to get past that last defender, loses it to Pandy. No one's up for the Rhinos, though. Electro's going to have to take it back away, and just back and forth as early on the teams are struggling to gain possession.
Yeah, already 1 minute gone. No shots so far this game. Panda gonna try to play it down. Nate gets away from the goal there for a moment. Taylor gonna try to get away. 50-50, they're won by them. Nate gonna try to put a shot on goal, but kind of whiffs on that ball, just leaves it hanging there. Electro's now gonna try to get out of their side. It gets past 1 member of the Hive. Tries to get past 2 there, but Taylor, a good job there, not letting that ball get over them.
It is. Oh, wow. Algix is going to put one in for us and start off the scoring. The Hive, as they did in game 1 and 2, they started off the scoring and just a little bit touch over there over Red. Red wants that one back, I'm sure. But being last man with nobody behind you, you got to be patient on that challenge.
Yeah, that was actually the first shot of this game. So 100% shooting accuracy now from the Hive. Hive will lose that kick over there, but it does go back into the Rhino side there before Panic clears down. Nate gonna try to clear it out of the Hive side before Red will keep it in. And it tries to get a waterfall there, but Taylor passes it there to Algix, but gets denied by a member of the Rhinos.
Here come the Rhinos back the other way, racing back to defense. The Hive are trying to gain possession, get some offense going, and they lose it down to the midfield. Nate's going to pop it back up. He's got some boost to work with, but not enough to challenge. Red's going to bang it down off the corner. Algix is going to take it up. He's going to air dribble, but he ain't got no boost to work with as the Rhinos are just putting more and more pressure on. They're starting to come back. The Hive are starting to look a little shaky.
Yeah, they are starting to look a little bit shaky there after the first real attack, but Pandy get a clearance here. Nate with the save, but Pandy follows up. Another shot off the crossbar from them. Red will play it off that back. Well, Electro's going to play it out of this corner, trying to get someone on their team, but no one's back there as they both rotated away for boost. Pandy now going to play it out of this corner. Talo intercepts it from them. Red with a back pass here to the Electros, but it's a 50-50 back out to that sidewall.
This rotation that the Rhinos have is knit like chainmail. There are little to no gaps in this armor that they have created. Every time the Hive player goes to clear the ball, a Rhinos player is there to challenge, and every time there's a 50, the second player is there already before the following Hive player can even get to it. And it's just an absolute relentless force by the Rhinos.
Yeah, the Hive cleared out there. Electro's going to play it off the sidewall. Algix now will play it back into the Rhino side, going back to that back wall. Leaves a shot there for Nate. Red with an incredible save to keep us a 1-goal game. Taylor going to try to get it out of the corner, but a nice play there by, I believe it was Red. Plays it down. Now it's across the goal, and it gets cleared out by Pandy. Goes to Electros. They're clearing it back down into the Hive side. It gets cleared back down into the Rhino side. It will be just a little bit off goal. 2-on-1. Pandy whips on it, but so does the other Hive player.
If the Hive want to take this series, they cannot have opportunities like that, where two players are up for the same ball. The defensive Rhino is awkward, and they both miss. That is a absolute... You hate to see it, but that is a missed opportunity at the very least from the Hive there, and that was their chance to kind of secure a second goal to get them up in this series. Now they are still leading in this game, and as the clock ticks down, they're getting closer and closer to match point, but the Rhinos are looking ever steady and putting a lot of pressure. The Hive are bound to crack.
Yeah, Nate picks up a demo there. It's huge for them, kind of stalls out that Rhinos attack. Now Nate can play it off this side. Well, tries to get past Red, is able to get past Red, gets it past Pandy, gets it past Electros, but plays it just a little bit wide from the goal. They do lose their life there, but it is centered ball here for the Hive. Pandy now going to clear it out of their side, try to get something going offensively because they desperately need it at this point. 30 seconds left to go, and they have yet to get a goal.
Here come the Rhinos. Trying to get offense going again off the backboard. Electros jumped this yesterday, but Talo's there to make the save. He was already up before it even hit the backboard. What a beautiful display of being able to read the ball, I guess you could say, from the Rhinos there. 10 seconds left. Here they come back on offense. Going for the 50 with Algix. Can't get there. Pandy takes it up the wall. Pandy has boost. Going for the ceiling shot. Gets it over the defender. Red is up. Red drops it. It hits the ground. And the Rhinos lose game 4, and the Hive are on match point.
Yeah, match point, championship point for them. This was by far probably the closest game we saw all series. The Hive winning, though, even only shooting 3 shots. The Rhinos had more shots this game. And this was by far, like I said, the closest game of this series. And it really just came down to the defenses as the offenses kind of just stalled out through that entire game.
It really did. And I'm seeing a lot less, let's say, trackable activity from the Rhinos. They don't really have a whole lot on the scoreboard, 2 saves and 5 shots. But the Hive, they had 3 shots. So the pressure was definitely there from the Rhinos. The pressure was there, but they were unable to find the back of the net. And ultimately, that just comes down to really a placement issue, or in a lot of cases, it comes down to not a high risk, high reward, but a high probability issue. You know, coaches talk about all the time, and these players will know what I'm talking about taking high probability shots as opposed to low probability shots. You can have 12 shots on goal, but if they're all coming in, dead center at 20 miles an hour, it's not a high probable shot. You're not likely to score that because that's very easy to save. The Rhinos have those shots, but they need to take harder to defend shots, if you will.
Yeah, they really have to at this point. But we're going into game 5 here. This could be our final game of the season here. If the Hive have anything to say about it, if the Rhinos have anything to say about it, they're going to be banking on playing a couple more games, and they're getting off to a good start here.
Yeah, game 5. Here we are on, I believe this is Manfield night, although don't quote me because I'm not very smart. Algix is going to get a 50 there. He loses it with Pandy. Nate's going to try and recover. Does not get it. Electros has it on the backboard. Loses it to Talo. Here come the Hive. Back the other. Well, never mind. Pandy's going to challenge that too. That's another thing I'm noticing too, Dex, is the speed of the challenges from the Rhinos is absolutely blistering. They're always there immediately to challenge every move that the Hive can make.
Yeah, I mean, they need to be doing that at this point, but you have been right. They've been doing that this entire series, and it's worked out for them sometimes, but when you look at the series score right now, they're down 3-1, so they might need to be trying to think of something to change it right now. As we see, did we just see a Hive player block their own teammate shot?
They did. That is true. It is unfortunate, but you know what? Even in SSL lobbies, it happens. I did see a Foundation flip earlier too. I apologize for that. I'm not going to say who it was, but I did see it because I am in Flycam. That's how I cast. But we all saw that, bud.
Yeah, as we see the Rhinos try to get something going here. Taylor gets there another save. There are 2 saves already off the 2 shots the Rhinos have put on goal. Red playing this one away from the goal. Now a shot coming out here. We see a double commit, but Pandy able to get away. Now the Hive continue with this attack. Taylor with the shot. Pandy with the save. Naked played high off that back wall, trying to get a shot there from Algix, but Algix is a little bit too far behind.
The Hive looking for a pinch here. They pinch it back down into the Rhinos' end. Algix jumps for this, gets it off the corner. The Hive have a chance. Red reads that like a book, but it's floating high in front. Nate touches it down to net. Pandy makes a save. Even though technically it wasn't on net, I'll say that he got credit for it, even though he didn't. Electro's unable to get a good clear. Gets a touch with Taylor, but he's got no boost, and everybody's there to beat him. And the Rhinos trying to look to relieve some of that pressure. The Hive, they're really trying to end this.
Yeah, the Rhinos need to get this ball out of their defensive side right now. Get something going offensive on the offensive side, or just get the ball in the Hive side. Wait, Red gets it over 1. They're going to try to beat 2 members of the Hive here. Nate wins that 50-50 and clears it upfield to Taylor, who now then clears it into the Rhino side. Electros wins a 50-50 there, as we see. I believe that was Red played back towards their own goal. Play slow, but Electro with a nice save. Nate, though, gives the Hive here their first goal in this game.
That was 3 shots. 1. Oh, well, technically 2. I thought the second one went off the crossbar and the third person hit it. But Nate puts it in. The Hive, they are 3-0 when scoring first. If they're on track and they keep the same pattern as they have the rest of the series, it's likely that they'll win this game.
Yeah, Red, though, trying to do all they can. Nate can clear this one all the way downfield. Electros is going to be there to play it to the corner. Nate actually wins the ball away from the Algix, going to play the ball towards goal. It goes a little bit high and gets cleared out by Pandy. Taylor at the midfield line is going to play it back into the Rhino side as it gets 50-50 down and back into the Hive side.
Here come the Hive, back the other way. High off the backboard. Electro's already up for this, gets a touch out to his own corner. Pandy's going to try and get a controlled touch, takes a 50, wins the 50. Electro's is on the wall, but he's, again, Electro finding himself in that 18 with no boost, but he might get it on net. Here comes Red, puts it down, it's in, we're tied up.
Yeah, that demo there from Pandy really opened up a lot of opportunity there. You see Algix here, kind of awkward positioning, and just a little bit of an awkward shot comes out from Electros as well. But Red, so far the leading scorer of this series with 5 goals across the 2 teams here, finds the first goal for the Rhinos here to tie this game up with 1:45 left to go.
The Rhinos have an opportunity here, all the way back down. Backboard, Electros can't connect. Red keeps it in the corner. The Hive are going to look to clear here. Loses the touch. Pandy keeps it in. The Hive, again, going to try and clear. They clear it all the way down. That's on target. Pandy knocks it to the corner, but he sets up Nate, who bangs it off the corner into the Rhino net. Pandy it's so back and forth. I'm not sure whether they're just banging it or if they're trying to set up passes, but I'm not really seeing and being able to follow what the Rhinos are looking at, and they look like they're just kind of throwing away possession a lot of the time.
Yeah, but Red places one back down into the Hive side. Pandy here with a shot. It's a little bit wide. Electros tries coming, but it gets cleared out to that sidewall and back up into the Rhino side. 60 seconds left to go here in Game 5. Red carry this was up. Flicks it over Taylor. Nate there with the save. Pandy coming in. Plays it high off that backboard. Electros with the shot. Taylor with the clear.
You gotta hit those. You had 2 defender awkward and you had it wide open. Nobody could have gotten to that. Electros, of all people, would be able to put that exactly where he needs to be, and unfortunately, just finding the backboard instead of the back of the net.
30 seconds left to go here. 1-1 game. Next goal could be the decider in this one. Maybe the decider for the championship. Algix here gets the double touch and able to bar down in for the goal.
You want to see me double tap? You want to see me do it again? Algix for the second time getting one. Bar down skis to put that in with 25 seconds left. The Rhinos They need to find some offense, and they need to find it now.
Yeah, this is do or die for the Rhinos. You want to try to make this series last as long as you can. You want to try to win. Red gets denied by Taylor. Electros goes up and plays it off the back while hoping one of their teammates is able to get their panties a little bit slow. Nate clears it upfield.
Here comes Nate, back the other way, looking for a 50. It's out in front of net. Electros knocks it off the wall. Red is up for this, beats the defender. It's on the net. Taylor makes a save. Electros already up, looking for something down in front of net. Nate gets the clear, and the Hive are... Yeah, well, it didn't touch the ground, so I guess not yet, technically, until it touches the ground. Looking for one more. The Rhinos keep it up. I'm running out of breath.
The Rhinos not able to keep it up long enough. The Hive, the #1 seeds in the Premier League, are your Premier League champions here.
Whew. He made to breathe. That got intense there at the end. The Rhinos very, very, very close, but just unable, again, to find the back of the net. And that was ultimately the death of them. That was what they struggled with the most to generate that offense against the Hive. But the Hive were the #1 seed, and they showed why they were the '1 seed.
Yeah, the Rhinos, congrats on a great season, but this championship series here, other than that game 3 where everyone on that team scored, they struggled to get more than 2 goals. Actually, they didn't score over 2 goals any other game that series. Game 1 and game 2, they both scored 2 goals there. Games 4 and 5 only scored 1 there. And outside that game 3, Red was the only one to score for them.
Red was, you could tell that he wanted this the most, and this one's probably going to hurt a little bit. Having done the most creditable damage to the Hive's defense, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. The Hive had depth, the Hive had chemistry, and most importantly, this is Premier League. The Hive had skill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of skill. And honestly, like I talked about it there, Red was really the only one to score for the Rhinos in that entire series, minus game 3. And the Hive pretty much spaced out evenly their goals there. I have marked down that Taylor got 5 goals, Algix 5 goals, Nate 4 goals. I think I'm missing one there throughout this entire series, but it's incredibly even across the board there. And for the Rhinos, I mean for the Hive, all they had to really do was just slow down Red this entire series, and they really had no one to be scared of on the defensive side for them. The Rhinos, on the other hand, just always had to be wary of whoever was there for the Hive. Everyone, like I said, goals spread out evenly across that team. You always had to make sure you were going after the right person, and it just didn't matter in the end.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. The Rhinos are still one of the best 3s teams in the league. Their speed to the ball, their speed to challenges, the ability to read, those touches, the plays that they were making, they were all extremely well done, but it just wasn't enough to beat the Hive tonight.
Yeah, and you really have to remember, games 4 and 5 there, both those games went down into the last minute before we saw the Hive take that lead. We were looking at overtime games very, very closely in both games 4 and 5 there. The Rhinos had figured something out, but towards the end of the games, it always seemed like the Hive were able to get a great play there, just put the ball in the back of the net.
Yep, that is. And Dex, I do believe, sir, that is the end of Season 14.